All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus Show. I'm One Bar with Lupagus, and we're going to preview the Vikings Saints on Christmas Day.
Well, Merry Christmas to you, One Bar. What is that you're wearing?
I think the kids like to call this swag.
That is some swag, man. What a hoodie. If I had one of those, I'd have a ketchup stain on it in the first 15 minutes.
Well, hey, you're going to get your chance.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
Got that for the Lupagus. Tis the season.
Christmas. Christmas to me. I'm glad white is very slimming on me.
Well, I figured it'll be very stained, and don't worry, it's a XXX. We're good.
Room to grow for the Lupagus. Hell yes. Vikings, Saints. The 6-8 Vikings taking on what? The 10-4 Saints? Something like that?
10-4 New Orleans Saints.
I got to be honest with you, One Bar. If the Vikings are to win one more game this season, this is the one I want them to win. I hate the Saints with every inch of my zit-covered butt cheeks.
Yeah, the Saints just are not a team I like to root for. And like I said, maybe it goes back to the 2009 championship game. I don't know what it is.
It is.
The Saints can eat it. We're going to look in ways how we're going to win, how we're going to lose, and some bold predictions. We're going to have some fun.
Hell yeah, we're going to have some fun today, just like me naked on a pogo stick.
That doesn't sound fun. That sounds disgusting and floppy. But let's get to know these Saints right off the bat. Like you said, they are 10-4. Who have they beaten? I'm going to rattle these off very quick. Very quick. Bucks twice. They beat the Lions, Rams, Panthers, Bears, Niners, Falcons, Broncos, and the Falcons yet again. They've lost to the Raiders, Packers, surprising loss to that Eagles 2 weeks ago, and they almost beat the Chiefs last week, but they lost.
Yeah, you look at who they've beaten. There's not a lot of great teams in there. So that kind of sticks out to me right away.
Well, Bucks twice. I mean, they're decent.
Yeah, division, though.
The Saints have played pretty well. Offensively, they are ranked 16th overall, 21st in passing, 7th rushing. Defensively, the Saints have really turned it around. Hats off to them over the last couple of years. Their defense was dog shit a couple of years ago, and they're 3rd overall, 5th against the pass, 4th against the run. So that is an issue. Very scared. Very scared.
Yeah, you look at some of these guys they have. I got to be honest, the guy who scares me the most is this David Onyemata. Look at what the Bears did against us. Blail Nichols, Akeem Hicks destroyed us in the middle.
Told you about Nichols.
Onyemata is having a hell of a year. That guy scares the shit out of me. And even Trey Hendrickson on the outside at the DN position, he's got 12.5 sacks. It's not a great matchup on paper.
You know what doesn't scare me?
I don't know.
Shy Tuttle.
Yeah, you always bring up Shy Tuttle.
Well, it's because he's probably got the best name ever. Speaking of best ever, who is your favorite all-time New Orleans Saint?
Well, my favorite Saint of all time, this goes back to my early fantasy football days, early 2000s. He's got a great name. It's also a name for poop. It's Deuce McAllister. He was one of my first horses that I rode hard. This guy could run. He could catch the football. 6,069 career yards, 49 touchdowns, 234 receptions, 1720 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns through the air. Dual threat back. I love Deuce McAllister. I think I took him every time. It didn't matter where I was picking. I always picked Deuce McAllister.
Yeah, there was a couple of years there. He was like one of the top guys to get. Deuce McAllister, yes. I enjoyed him as well. I got to go Ironhead, Craig Hayward, old bowling ball. Just
Ironhead.
Busting through that line. A couple other guys. I got a couple other guys. Pat Swilling, linebacker. Used to love that guy. Techno Bowl, man. Could he freaking fly off the edge? And quarterback Bobby Hebert.
Yeah, I knew it'd be some 80s guys. No doubt about it when talking about you.
Who doesn't love Ironhead?
I haven't had Ironhead in years, so I don't know.
R.I.P.
Let's talk about some new players the Saints have gotten this year, some new faces in New Orleans, walking down Bourbon Street for the first time. Quarterback Jameis Winston just been on fire this year. They went out and brought back Malcolm Jenkins. They got wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders, safety DJ Swearinger, who's always good for at least one ejection-worthy hit a game. In the draft, they got the guard center Cesar Ruiz, linebacker Zach Bond, and they traded the rest of their draft to the Vikings so they could take Adam, the Big Fish Troutman.
Big Fish Troutman. Thank you for those draft picks, by the way. Thank you, New Orleans.
Yeah. Without that pick, we would not have been able to get KJ Osborne.
Woo! All right, those are the new New Orleans Saints.
Wait. What is that? I gotta look at my ear. I hear some. Oh, I got something stuck in my butt. I need a doctor.
Yes, you do. It is the 1-bar injury report, and it's only Tuesday, but yes, we play on Friday. We'll see what happens. But a lot of DNPs for the Vikings here, and it's
You done with DNP?
DNP, it's ugly. It's ugly.
You know me. Yeah, read it off. It's horrible.
Well, Todd Davis, our savior.
Todd Davis ain't playing.
Troy Dye, CJ Ham, Jalen Holmes, Eric Kendricks, Alexander Madison with a concussion, Rudolph still not practicing, Armon Watts, which, you know what? I don't really care because he did not show up this year. And limited, Cam Danzler, Jaleel Johnson, Hercules, and your boy, Ifedi Odenigbo are limited. So that is a big, hefty list of did not practice.
What jumps out to me there is the linebackers. If Troy Dye and Todd freaking Davis are gone, what do you got? Blake Lynch and Ryan Connolly?
Artie Nickerson Jr.
Artie Nickerson. That's horrifying.
Yeah, it's going to be disgusting. Eric Wilson is going to have to really lead this crew out there. It's ugly against a very, very pretty good offense. For the Saints had some DNPs as well. Traquan Smith, Andres Pete, Nick Easton, Marcus Williams, limited were Malcolm Brown and Carl Ganderson, who I believe lives down the block from you.
Yeah, didn't he work for Como?
He used to. So we'll see on that. The big ones are Andres Pete, Nick Easton, a couple of big chunks of their offensive line.
All right. Well, I hope you have your boarding pass ready because we are fucking jumping on a plane. We're taking a trip around the NFC North. This won't take long. Packers 11-3 in command. They're probably going to win the division. Bears at 7-7. Then you got the shit barrel. You got the low lane turds. The Vikings at 6-8. The Lions at 5-9. My question to you, One Bar. Packers 11-3. Are they the best team out of the NFC this year?
If I had to take any team out of the NFC right now, I'm taking the Seahawks. Russell Wilson in the postseason is like peanut butter and jelly.
Like always good.
Just meant to be.
Yeah, I actually like the Rams until they lost to the Jets, and now I actually do think the Packers are probably the best team in the NFC North, which actually makes them about the fourth best team in the AFC because I think the AFC is that much ahead of the NFC this year. So, yeah, you know what? Being the best in the NFC this year is like being third place.
It's like being the best looking person on the One Bar and Lepelgus show. It's just not great.
There's no real winners.
I just don't think the Packers defense is going to be able to. They're going to put up points, but I don't think they're going to be able to stop some of these teams, and it's going to bite them in the ass. Their defense has not been great, so that's one reason I don't think. In Seattle, yes, their defense blows too, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think there's just more complete teams in the AFC this year than there is in the NFC.
All right, well, let's look at this Vikings Saints game. Let's start off with three ways.
Whoa. We got one thing before you get that far there, One Bar. I got to slow you down. I know you have a new sweatshirt on and you're excited and you want to talk, but no, we got to pluck one Saint off the roster, put him on the Vikings. Who would that be? Who would it be?
Well, anytime we play this little game, the first thing I go to is the offensive line. And I looked at the Saints offensive line and I kind of just kept on going. Their first round, Cesar Ruiz, really hasn't been out there much this year. So I'm gonna pass on him. And Andres Pete, Nick Easton. I always look at the guards. I'm over that. I am going on the other side of the ball. I'm going to the defensive line. I want him. I need him. Trey Hendrickson, still only 26 years old. He is going to get a big old fat contract this offseason, probably from the Saints, but he's got 12.5 sacks. I would love to plop him on this defensive line.
Yeah, I almost went defense here. I was going to go inside with David Onyemata after just seeing how bad the Vikings interior of their defensive line was last week against the Bears. They're just opening their legs and letting David Montgomery pound them over and over again. It was very disgusting. It was gross. But I actually went back to the O-line. I took the Pro Bowler, Andres Pete, put him at guard because our guard play was equally as bad as our D-line play. You look at some of the film, Ezra Cleveland, that first play, did you see this? He whiffed on the block. He fell down. Blaine Nichols just walked around him. It was embarrassing. It was tough to watch. And then you got Dakota Dozier, who's just always stepping on his dick. We need a Pro Bowl guard, and whether or not Andres Pete deserves to be in the Pro Bowl, at least he's good enough to be mentioned. That's the kind of guard we need on this team, and we don't have him.
I can argue that for a second.
Yeah,
not for a second. Andres Pete, loved him.
Andres
Stanford
Pete.
All right, can we go in the Vikings Saints game? I'm sorry I jumped ahead.
He dies.
Good movie. Saw it in theaters.
Did you? Rocky 4?
Damn right I did.
Were you like 8?
No, I was younger than that. All right, 3 ways the Vikings lose to the Saints on Christmas. Christmas.
Number 1, they can't stop the run. And you know, as good as Alvin Kamara is, I think this actually might be a Latavius Murray game. Pounding it up the middle. I just talked about how loose Jaleel Johnson and Shamar Stephen are. They were horrible against the Bears. They've been horrible all year long. No reason to think that's going to change. Whether it's Latavius Murray, Alvin Kamara, there's going to be a lot of rushing yards on the Saints defense, on the Saints offense, unless the Vikings defense can step up and stop the run, which, you know, if they can't, this game is going to get ugly and ugly quick.
Well, they're not going to stop the run. Hopefully they can contain the run. And that's my first one too, is we let David Montgomery, who has been coming on as of late, but let's be real, this guy isn't overly fantastic. We let him run all over our asses. So I can't even imagine what Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray are going to do to us. They're going to put up some big old hog of a yards. So that is going to be a big issue. If they get that thing rolling, averaging 7 yards a carry, which is definitely doable for this Saints team against our defense, it is over. It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
Jaleel Johnson is going to have to reach deep in the Santa's sack and pull out some ability. Just a big old.
Well, I hope he asked for ability for Christmas, and I hope he was a good boy. He ain't got shit.
He doesn't.
You know what? It's Christmas, and I want you to go next.
I appreciate that. We're on. Okay, Vikings lose. Okay.
Jesus.
Well, I have one very similar on the win. If the Vikings start letting off the gas on Dalvin Cook, knowing we're out of the playoffs, knowing that there's not much sense of just continuing to ground him or pound him into the ground. If we let off the gas there, that is our offense. That is our bread and butter. We're not going to be able to move the ball much. So it'll be very interesting to see what they do with Dalvin Cook. And if they give him 12 carries, we're not going to win.
Well, here's the thing. The Vikings are still mathematically alive. There's no reason at this point for them to cash in and not ride him hard. As long as they have a slimmer of hope, a glimmer of hope, a pube, kind of Santa's pubes of hope, I don't think you're going to see a change in Dalvin Cook's workload.
Well, 2 things that you just mentioned. You just gave me a new word of slimmer, which I will use later tonight.
I'm hoping to be slimmer in a few months.
I'm pulling for you. And also, you mentioned Santa's pubes. I'm going to say Santa's got a nice Velcro strip. Let's be real.
What?
Oh, yeah.
No way. Santa's hairy as shit. Guaranteed. Looks like a goddamn Bumble down there.
All right. What do you got?
Vikings lose this game and they cannot protect Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins actually, he played a masterful game the last time he faced the Saints. It was in the playoffs. If he is feeling the heat, feel
the heat.
It's gonna be ugly. You know, he'll probably have a couple turnovers. He may have a forced fumble. Somehow the Vikings, like you said, Jaleel Johnson reaching that sack of Santa. We need Dakota Dozier, Ezra Cleveland, Brian O'Neill, who's actually not been great this year, reaching down, hulking up, shaking the ropes, feeling it, coming alive, and protecting their quarterback. Because if they can't, look at what they have. Trey Hendrickson, David Onyemata, Cameron Jordan, a lot of weapons on the Saints who can get after the quarterback. And if they can't hold up in pass protection, this game will get out of hand.
Yeah, I'll keep this short and sweet because we are definitely on the same page. Is why we are linked forever. We're soul brothers. I just have Trey Hendrickson, Cam Jordan, Marcus Davenport, dash monsters. If we can't keep those guys in check, it's over. It's over. I mean, I think, Riley Reif, I got full confidence in him. He's played well. Brian O'Neill, still playing good. It's just not the Brian O'Neill we probably saw last year where he was damn near elite. But these guys can make anybody look silly. And if they get in the backfield, it's done. Like you said, fumbles, just, yeah. I hate the thought of it. Disgusting.
Yeah, if they can't protect Kirk Cousins, this thing will be bloodier than Sean Jones on a Saturday morning.
Ooh, that sounds like a good morning to me. Let's go to 3 ways the Vikings.
Well, we still got one left.
I don't.
I do.
All right, go.
If we can't pressure Breeze, you look at our shitty defensive line.
Hey, spoiler alert. I know it's Christmas and all, but we're not going to pressure them.
You son of a bitch. Yeah, we probably aren't. DJ Wanham, to me, he's like our only hope. Denabo, I gave up on about 6 weeks ago. Who else
gave up on him in 2012?
Mata Afa, he's been Ghana Afa lately.
No, he's been Mata awful.
Yeah, he's been. Yeah, it was way better than mine. There's just.
Thank you.
This D line is so bad. It's just a joke. And Drew Brees is going to have all the time in the world to throw the football. If you can't even make him feel some kind of heat, some kind of pressure, he will hit Traquan Smith. He will hit that freaking shithole I hate, Taysom Hill. He'll hit Jared Cook. He'll hit Emmanuel Sanders. And that's what he does. He's Drew Brees, one of the best to ever play the game. And you can't get pressure on him. He will rip you apart.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Taysom Hill because even though he's not playing quarterback this week, you can guarantee it. He is going to either have like a 11-yard run on a 3rd and 11 or something just horrible, fake punt, whatever it is. He will have a play that makes us freaking irate.
Yeah, and I don't like Taysom Hill.
No.
I just turned to a Muppet right there.
Yeah, that was gross. I think he needed a lozenge.
I hate Taysom Hill.
Hate's a strong word. I mean, it is a holiday season. I just don't like playing against him.
He's like, I don't know. He's kind of like if he was a Christmas movie, he'd be the Christmas shoes.
If he was a Christmas movie, he'd be Gremlins 2.
I don't think Gremlins 2 is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, you might be right on that. Gremlins 1, sure.
I know, but I only seen Gremlins 2 like once, and it was.
Damn it! You know what? I'm gonna look into this. All right, let's go ahead. 3 ways the Vikings win this game. Christmas. Yeah. I can't think of anything better on Christmas than a Vikings win against butthole mouth Sean Payton. What do you got? What's your number 1?
They play loose. The Vikings. The season's basically already over. You might as well just get nutty, do some crazy shit, go for it on 4th down, fake some punts, fake a kick, fake a field goal, play like you got nothing to lose. We saw it way back 2002, Vikings Saints close to Christmas, went for it on 4th down, won the fucking game. Play like that.
Oh my God, I would love for them to come out swinging. I love your attitude. My first one, the way the Vikings win, Breeze is still a little rusty. That game last week, his first half was just absolutely disgusting. He did turn around a little bit on the second half, but if he comes out rusty, we'll have a chance. If Breeze comes out firing and ready to roll, I don't like our chances at all. But something tells me he's still gonna be a little rusty. I think he had like 48 broken ribs. I mean, he can't be feeling that great.
Yeah, I don't know how he can breathe. I don't know how he can walk. I don't know how he can move. I stubbed my toe. I'm pretty much down for about 3 days. Drew Brees, he's one tough son of a bitch. What he does, he kind of just rubs that special mole on his face, and he just gets power.
That's not great. What else you got?
The Vikings win it. They win the turnover battle, which I don't think they've done in years. If they can force some kind of fumbles, whether it's Drew Brees hitting them, making him fumble the ball, throw some interceptions, strip it from Kamara, strip it from a receiver, strip it from Taysom Hill. The Vikings have to win the turnover battle. If they do not, there's no chance. If they win it, they still might not win, but if they are going to win, they got to win the turnover battle.
Yes, I like that. I think, you know what? Yeah, I don't think they will win the turnover battle, but I'm not saying they're going to lose.
Last time I won the turnover battle was against an apple.
Ugh.
An apple turnover.
Yeah, I got it. That's an old person joke. My second way the Vikings win this game is they got to be healthy, at least healthier, because we cannot trot out Hardy Nickerson, Blake Lynch, and Ryan Connolly at linebacker. These are guys that if the Vikings didn't sign would be at home right now, thinking about the great side dishes they're going to make for Christmas dinner. They would not be on a team. Nothing against them. We needed to sign them because we have no depth. But some of these DNPs I mentioned earlier, they have to be on the field. It's as simple as that.
The hope goes back to what you said earlier. It's only Tuesday. This is a Friday game, but you hope that changes quite a bit tomorrow and Thursday. But yeah, if it's Blake Lynch and Ryan Connolly, as horrifying, I'd rather have Serena Lynch out there and Ryan Edlin than see those two on the field. So but that's the story of the Vikings this year. They've been injury depleted on many positions. Look at the D line, look at the linebackers. It's the reason why our defense is so bad. So you know what? If it gets to be that point, it's just a more reason to go back to my number one, the way to win and play loose and just fuck it.
Get loose.
My last one of how the Vikings win this football game is if Delvin Cook gets going and long drives, he doesn't need to bust anything off. We don't want 90-yard touchdown runs. We want 10 yards, 12 yards, 8 yards, 4 yards. Milk the clock. Keep Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara on the sidelines. Thank you. Looks like you've done that many times. Keep the best defense the Vikings could have in this game is to keep the Saints offense off the field, and that gets done with Delvin Cook picking up first downs, moving the chains, and we just ride this guy all night long.
I love Delvin Cook. I'm so glad we signed him. I'd love him. I'd ride him.
Send him a sweatshirt.
I'd ride him for days. I'm sure. I think this sweatshirt would be in the trash immediately. My third reason the Vikings win: Kirk Cousins. You need to get rid of the ball real quick this week. You got these guys coming up your ass. We already mentioned them. Kirk Cousins he's kind of held on the ball a little bit longer than he probably should have the last couple of weeks. But he needs to come out firing. Zing, zing, zing. He holds onto the ball on Friday, on Christmas. It's going to be ugly. He's going to have 3 fumbles.
Well, and Kubiak can help him out too. Shotgun, rolling out, make that a little bit easier for him. I don't want to see any under center plays. Let's just go shotgun the whole.
Yeah, he needs to be shotgun and like Tecmo Bowl, just run back as fast as he can, about 70 yards, and just wing that thing 15-yard gain.
Tecmo Bowl is like the basis of your football knowledge.
Tecmo Bowl is like the basis of my life.
I think it is. One day I hope to get you a Genesis power cord that actually works.
I'd appreciate that. I'm still waiting.
Wow. All right. Who is your game changer for this Christmas matchup?
I don't know. I mean, I've talked about this the whole time, so this is not going to be a surprise. And I actually have 2 or a position. It's our tackles. If we can't keep Kirk Cousins' big old dad ass off the ground, or in what's the word?
Butthole?
No. We need to keep him upright. We need to keep him sane.
Erect.
Erect. Yes, we need to keep Kirk Cousins erect. It's going to be a very big game for Riley from Brian O'Neill. So those are my game changers. If these defensive ends are too much to handle, it's we don't stand a chance. They're my game changers.
My game changer is none other than the guy with the big butt and the big butthole himself, Kirk Cousins. Last time he played the Saints, he had just a beautiful game, taking shots, being ballsy. I want to see that Kirk Cousins again. Again, Kubiak, help him out.
Koopskis.
Don't put him in bad positions. Let him throw the ball down the field. And Cousins, like you said, quick clock, quick decisions. Get that ball out. Know who you're facing. Know what they have. No Trey Hendrickson is there. No David Onyemata is there. No Cameron Jordan's there. Get the ball quick. Hit Jefferson. Hit Thielen. Take some shots. Hit Irv Smith. Hit the Konkowski. The Vikings are going to win, and Kirk Cousins has to step up and really just be the epitome, be the focal point of this offense and make this whole thing go.
Absolutely. Kirk Cousins, this game is on his shoulders. Our defense is a ball sack riddled with moles. So it is all on his shoulders, and I can't wait. I hope he steps up. Nothing better than beating the Saints. What is your bold prediction for Friday, Christmas at 3:30 Central Standard Time?
Yeah, my bold prediction, and this might be just crazy, and I maybe have lost my mind, but I'm going to say the Vikings actually have a special teams touchdown. I'm not going to say it's a return, it's a punt return or a kick return. Maybe it's a blocked punt.
I'm taking this away. This is not yours anymore.
They're going to do it. This Vikings special teams, Marlon Maluf is going to give one final fuck you to Mike Zimmer, and he's going to get a touchdown.
Wow. I can't think of anything better than a special teams touchdown. I don't care how it happens. I don't care if Britton Colquitt does a sneak and runs 95 yards for a touchdown and a fake.
I would love that. He'd point up.
He would. He would.
My
my bold prediction is just that the Vikings have a Christmas little miracle and they win. They win on Christmas. We've done pretty good against the Saints. We have in the last 2 to 3. 2 of those games, or those 2 wins, were actually in the playoffs. And I'm going to say that the Vikings, while they may not make the playoffs this year, they're going to give us a nice Christmas gift and show up and get to W by more than a touchdown.
Yeah, they really have no business winning this game. But I believe in Christmas, and I believe in the Vikings, and I'm right on you. I would love to see them beat the Saints. God, it would be amazing.
All right, well, we will see what happens. We still got a couple days here, so you're going to be seeing our smiley faces a couple more times before the actual game. Before we go up against, what is your favorite Christmas movie of all time?
You know, it's close. I've said Elf for years, but Christmas Vacation is really closing the gap. But I'm gonna still go with Elf.
Wow, I figured a Love Actually would at least be in the mix there. I'm actually
shocked. Actually's got third locked.
But you have some great options there. Well done.
Oh, you?
It's Christmas Vacation. It's not even close.
I didn't think it would be. So Christmas is coming, and here's a little something. When you're gathering around the table, you can tell your grandma. Tell her this. I bet you she didn't know that the dinosaur noises in Jurassic Park were made from recordings of tortoises having sex.
Oh my God. My grandma's dead.
Grandma's dead?